Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into one of racing history's, well, most fascinating what-ifs. We're talking about Fuji Kiseki, undefeated, but his career was tragically cut short. In Japan, they call him the Phantom Triple Crown horse. It's quite a title.
It really is. And, that name isn't just poetic flair. It perfectly captures the heart of his story.
Yeah.
Fuji Kiseki is all about this flash of brilliance, right?
Yes.
And this abrupt loss, just when things were getting really good, and then this unexpected second act as a stallion. Our mission here really is to understand why. Why does a horse with only 4 races become this legend?
Yeah, 4 races. It's incredible. And to get the scale of that early impact, we need a bit of context on his background. He was born in 1992. Sire was the famous Sunday Silence. Dam was Mill Racer.
And that sire line, Sunday Silence, it's absolutely key. But you have to remember the timing. Today, everyone knows Sunday Silence fundamentally changed Japanese racing. He's a titan. But back then, when Fuji Kiseki was racing, that legacy was, well, far from certain. Sunday Silence was this American import, you see. And there was a lot of skepticism. Could American speed really compete with European stamina, which was favored in Japan? His first crop of foals, Fuji Kiseki's generation, were really under the microscope. Was Sunday Silence just a flash in the pan? Would he work as a sire in Japan?
So, huge pressure on Fuji Kiseki then. He wasn't just running for himself. He kind of had to prove his dad was the real deal, validate this massive investment.
Exactly right. He needed to show Sunday Silence wasn't just hype, and boy, did he deliver almost instantly.
Okay, so let's unpack that. 4 races. What made them so explosive that people thought they were seeing history in the making?
Well, you look at the record, it's just clean. Perfect. His debut, December 94, he got people talking immediately. He had a terrible start. Usually that's game over, especially in shorter races. But not him. No. The reports say he just sort of shrugged it off, circled the entire field, effortless, really, moved from the back right to the front, and won by, was it 8 lengths?
8 lengths.
Yeah. In competitive racing, particularly in Japan, a margin like that, it's not just a win. It's basically telling the others they don't belong on the same track. You just don't often see that kind of raw acceleration sustained like that.
Okay, so that debut was the announcement. Race 2 must have been the confirmation. We know he smashed the course record. What else stood out from the sources about that race?
Just how easy it looked. The record fell, but the descriptions are all like he was hardly even trying. Yeah. He didn't need urging. He just cruised. And that's the difference, isn't it, between a good horse and a potential great one. When they can break records looking like they've got another gear or 2 left, that's what scares a competition.
So then he steps up. 3rd start. The Asahi High Sansai Stakes. That's the big one for 2-year-olds at the end of the year.
And a critical race. He was up against Ski Captain, who was seen as the best foreign-bred colt around. So this wasn't just about a G1 win. It was about Sunday Silence's line proving it could beat the international horses. Fuji Kiseki, well, he took the lead, got challenged, and just pulled away. Comfortable win in the end.
And the detail that always gets me, Koichi Tsunoda, the jockey, never used the whip. Not once. In a Grade 1 championship race.
Tells you everything. The horse just wanted to run, didn't need convincing. It suggests this real trust between horse and rider. Just ask the question, no need to insist. All that dominance built up to his final race, the Yayoi Show. That's a key prep for the classics.
And a new challenge, right. He was carrying extra weight. That can be tough for young horses still developing, but same result.
Pretty much. Looked completely comfortable. Sources say he almost toyed with the field for most of the race. Then, last 100 meters or so, just found another gear and drove clear. It showed he had the speed, sure, but also the stamina for those longer classic distances, like the Satsuki Show. So 4 starts, 4 wins. Undefeated, he was the one. Heavy favorite for the Triple Crown.
And right there. That's where the story just flips completely. This is how the brilliant prospect becomes this enduring, almost tragic myth.
Yeah, the dream just vanished. Overnight, practically. Just weeks before the Satsuki Show, the first leg of the Triple Crown, he developed a serious tendon injury. Tendon injuries like that, often career-ending. And for him, it was immediate retirement. His record, perfect, 4 for 4, but unfinished.
And the timing, that's what makes it so resonant in racing history. He gets injured, retires, and immediately what happens? The Sunday Silence storm hits. The sources are really clear on this. While Fuji Kiseki is out, his siblings, same crop, they just explode.
It wasn't just an explosion, it was total validation for Sunday Silence. That spring, his progeny won the Satsuki Show. They won the Japanese Derby. They won the Oaks. A clean sweep of the classics. The bloodline was proven beyond doubt. But the horse who first proved it, he wasn't there. And that created this huge, emotional void for the fans.
That void, that absence, that's the Phantom Triple Crown horse, isn't it? That's where the name comes from.
Exactly. Fans saw the other Sunday Silence horses winning, and they could only imagine Fuji Kiseki, who seemed the most talented of all, leading that charge. Maybe winning all three himself, who knows? And because he never ran in those races, he was never beaten in them. He stays perfect in everyone's mind, untouched by, a bad race, maybe getting outrun on the day. That perfect, unblemished what if fuels the legend much more perhaps than actually winning it could have.
That's a really powerful point. The missing piece often looms larger than the completed picture. So the undefeated legend goes to stud. Now he's got this huge weight of expectation, right? He's supposed to be the successor to his dad.
Astronomical expectations. He was priced like it, viewed as the heir apparent to Sunday Silence. Everyone thought, okay, here come the G1 Turk champions. Instantly.
But breeding's rarely that simple, is it? The reality, for quite a while, was, different.
Right. His first few crops, they were okay, solid, produced winners, horses that paid their way, but not that top-tier classic winner everyone expected, the one that justifies the huge stud fee. So for nearly a decade, he was seen as respectable, a good sire. But not spectacular. Definitely solid, but not spectacular was the phrase used a lot. He wasn't instantly giving them turf stars like his father was starting to do with later crops.
But then things shifted, and interestingly, not on the turf where everyone was looking. It happened on the dirt.
But Kanehekeli changed everything for Fujikiseki's reputation. He was a monster on the dirt. Multiple G1 wins, became one of Japan's all-time great dirt horses. And that single horse massively boosted Fujikiseki. Why? It showed versatility. He wasn't just passing on turf speed. He could sire elite talent for different surfaces. And that's huge, commercially speaking.
And once that versatility was clear, the numbers started to add up too, right? His overall stats.
Absolutely. Maybe his peak ranking wasn't like the absolute giants, but his longevity, his consistency, it produced a lot of winners. He actually, for a time, held the record for the most JRA wins by the progeny of a Japanese-bred stallion. That's a massive achievement. Shows real depth of influence.
We should pause there, though, just to connect the dots in the family line. Because Fuji Kiseki set that record, but who broke it? Deep Impact. His half-brother. Sunday Silence's greatest son. So it really positions Fuji Kiseki as this crucial, maybe foundational bridge in that dynasty.
Essential bridge, yeah. That's a good way to put it. Fuji Kiseki got the Sunday Silence ball rolling in Japan, proved the line's credibility. He laid the groundwork, and then the next wave, particularly Deep Impact, took those genetics into another stratosphere entirely.
Okay, let's get to the final chapter. The really poignant part. That classic closure. After decades of being the Phantom, did his line ever get that win he was denied?
Yes. And the timing is just perfect, almost scripted. Late in his stud career, a colt named Isura Bonita from Fujikiseki's very last crop of foals. He won the Satsuki Show.
The Satsuki Show, the first leg of the Triple Crown. The exact race Fujikiseki missed.
Exactly. For fans who knew the whole story, that must have felt incredibly significant, like closing a circle. The Phantom's own son, from his final chance, claiming the prize he missed himself.
Wow. A kind of redemption, maybe?
It felt like it. A final grace note for a horse, defined by that unfinished label for so long. Fuji Kiseki was retired from stud duties in 2013. He passed away in 2015, age 23.
And what's really interesting now is that his influence is still out there. Even years later, his name keeps popping up in pedigrees.
They've actually taken the Fuji Kiseki line international. Horses like London Town became a successful stallion over in Korea. So his impact is now, woven into racing globally.
So let's try and sum this up. It's quite a story. Fuji Kiseki, the undefeated colt, who, maybe crucially, took the early pressure off Sunday Silence in Japan, proved that line was worth believing in. Becomes the Phantom Triple Crown horse, a legend built as much on absence as presence. Has a solid, if initially slightly underwhelming, stud career. Then finds that second win with Kanehekeli, showing his versatility. Builds this historical legacy through sheer consistency in numbers, and then gets that final Poetic classic win through his last son.
That's a great summary. He really is this unique figure, remembered not just for 4 brilliant races, but for all the possibilities those races represented. That myth of perfection, preserved forever because of the injury. It's given him this enduring fame, maybe even more potent than if he just won a bunch of trophies.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more. Check out our other videos for more stories you might enjoy.